When we want to make a profit out of any passion and skill, we will turn ourselves into a performer or a mentor. This is how the world works. This is the destination of becoming a master of something. This is a feeling that you have made it to the end. Why must we performer a mentor at the end of our mastery journey? The best answer is that we want to be successful. We must bring valuable assets into the service to others. It's like a business. As a matter of fact, I think every profession in this world is like a business. We might think that whenever people start a business, they are only selling and advertising a product. The truth is that the word business have more than just one meaning. This is correlated to saying we should mind our own business. When I researched and found that there's only one definition that fit the word business the best, a person's regular occupation, profession, or trade that is focusing on making one's living by engaging in commerce. With this definition, anything we do is our business. People might think that business is like selling food in a restaurant, selling coffee in a coffee shop, or selling a cool shirts online. Guess what? Business itself is just simply selling, and is selling ourselves. A doctor knowledge and expertise is his or her shirts and the coffee that they are selling. It's our personal brand and a personal skill that we master that make us money. We have to know how to make the better coffee and the better shirts, the better products. This is the reason why, as said before, I said better and not best. To me and many others, when we have something that is best, that product or things is perfect, thus mean no rooms for improvement. To make a product and skill that sells, it needs to be better than its competitor, but also cannot be completely different, because that is what the performer, mentor, or follower are used to. If we make a good game plan, we need to stick to the game plan. Changing the game plan will take a long time, or even longer than the time we made the original game plan. A game plan is the standard operation procedure, the recipe, the routine, and the teaching plan that the performer and mentor created. The game plan is really important because it makes us organized, thus saving us a lot of time and money. With this being said, we do not completely change the game plan, as it is already took a long of time and money to develop one. We will only want to improve it, improving the way to do things and make things, improving the recipe or the appearance of the food we sell. Compete with ourselves first before we try to compete with others. When we found a better product or improvement our skill, that is when we can show it to the audience, customer, and follower. That is how marketing works. And how do we market and monetize that skill or even passion that we have? We need to serve others by performing that skill or teaching that skill to them. But first, we need to advertise our skill, our new, improved, and better game plan. The better skill and products that we serve with, this is all marketing, and it is the whole skill itself. Going back to teaching and mentoring, I believe that mentoring is actually better than just simply performing. There is a lot of examples that this is the case, but there is one example that does not prove this case. One example is that the mentor gives up on performing, but still love the craft and still want to make a living out of the craft. The mentor did give up because they do not want to compete anymore. This means that they choose to not prioritize improving this craft, but with a mix of learning to teach with whatever they know that work. This also means that teaching is a skill itself. There's a principle that says that a mentor needs to really understand his or her craft well for them to teach. With the idea of crawl, walk, and run. When we were a baby, there's a system and steps that need to be considered when everyone is teaching. The idea of being a beginner, novice, and expert is really important when learning a system. However, what happens when the system is not great or rather terrible right from the start? This happens frequently when people are learning a martial art. Martial art is a skill that will need time to develop. When learning martial art itself, it will take years. Thus, not to mention the years it will take after when the martial artist actually master the skill. When the skill takes that long is mastered, we will need to trust our mentor very well. What do you think will happen when the martial art teacher or even the style is not effective or skillful? We will waste a lot of time and money. This is what's happening with my dojo, and many people who do not know anything will get scammed for their money. This is why mentor needs to be an expert and effective with their craft. Meanwhile, they are teaching. They will still need to study and improve their method of teaching to build the best student and a future performer of the craft.